This is a program that Google's had in place for businesses for years. This slide deck, I'll make it available if anybody wants it. It goes through a lot of what I'm going to talk about, but let's just dive right into it. How many, by a show of hands, have a Google My Business page for their business? Okay, so we just have a couple. All right, so I'm going to make a couple of assumptions. One is you know what Gmail is, and two is I will explain if you don't have a Gmail address, you can make any email address a Google account, which a Gmail address is by default. Okay, so you have to have a Gmail address or a Google account email that's been, you can add it to Google and say, hey, like my March for Tech email address can be a Google account, but you have to have one of those to interface with Google's products and services. So that's the first thing. And if you want to get a pencil and a piece of paper, I'm going to give actionable items, things that you can, that aren't going to be in this slide deck, that I have learned over 14 years of using this product. I am a Google business partner. I work with them directly to teach other businesses how to use their products. So, but I have learned a lot of tricks and tips that aren't going to be here that I will be able to share with you. I used to have this in a marketing package that we sold for $2,800 to small businesses. And a few of these things that I'm going to tell you are the secret sauce that made it worth that much. And I give it to you for free now. If anybody wants to connect with me afterwards and set a time to go over this, I will be glad to do a 30-minute Zoom call with anybody at no charge. And nothing I'm going to tell you about today costs anything from Google. All right. So getting your business on Google Search and Maps. This is a quick agenda. I will have to go through this kind of quickly because this is an hour-long presentation. So I don't read slides. If you ever do a presentation, please don't turn your back to the audience and read the slides word for word. That's why you have the slides for them to read while you're talking, okay? Little trick for doing presentations there. So this is a video. It's about Vince. He's got the little dog that used to sit out front of his cobbler and cleaners and get the people to come in. He noticed everybody had their phone in their hand and he had to do something to get on their phones. So what is this profile? We've all seen this. This is on a phone. They also show us a little details here about how much more you're going to get used if you're considered reputable. This is what it looks like on a computer. And then this is the map version of it. So not only do you come up on Google search, but if you have a storefront, a brick and mortar, or you want to be located on the map, you will come up on Google Maps as well. So two of the most used platforms in the world. 89% of people search the internet with Google. So getting there for free seems to be a pretty good idea. These are the three platforms and how it looks when it shows up. So this is just an overview of what it looks like, but it will come up on all devices. Some of the items, like the directions button here on the phone, don't come up on the, doesn't show up the same way on a desktop computer, because you're probably not going to take your desktop computer to go find the place. All right. So with all Google My Business listings, you'll see this: own this business, claim it now. Even after you claim your business, it may still be there. That's for the purposes of if somebody's listing is hijacked and they come across it and go, oh, this is my business. Why has it already been claimed? This is a process whereby Google allows you to say, hey, this is mine and somebody else took it. That happens sometimes. Some marketing companies will go out and claim unclaimed pages and then contact the owners and say, hey, we have your Google business page. We'd love to set it up for you and charge them money for that. So if you want to find your Google business listing and see if Google has made one for you generically because of information on the internet, just Google the name of your company and your city and state. And if you find it, then you can claim it and you can walk through that process pretty easily. This is how you create it. Like I just said, you're going to Google a name and business, or if you know you don't have it, you're going to go to this website. And it's the same if you go to business.google.com, same thing. So you'll go there and then you're going to sign in with that Gmail or Google account that I talked about earlier so that you can verify who you are and Google can see that you're connected to their platform. Then you're going to go ahead, there's the sign in page. And then you're going to type in the name of your business. It may populate that drop down may show up showing businesses with similar names. If yours is listed, click on it and start the process of claiming it. If it's not, you're going to get this page. Again, I don't know why they asked for a second time, but this is actually what happens. What's the name of your business? Type it in full, how you want it to be listed, and hit next. Now, some of us are old enough to remember when the yellow pages were big enough to use as a booster chair at the table. I mean, that's just, I can remember sitting on that thing before, right? That this is basically what you're doing. You are setting up your Yellow Page ad. But I also remember that having a quarter page Yellow Pages ad cost like $800 to $1,200 a month to be listed. So they were very, very expensive. This is a completely free product. And it's really, you're giving Google the ammunition and information they need to put you in front of their customers. All right. Now that wording right there, I want you to be very clear and think about what I just said. You are not Google's customer in this process right now. You are Google's product. They are a search company. And in order to have good products, they need verified information. This is their way of verifying your information so that they know you are a quality product, the freshest cupcake in the case. So when a new customer walks in the door, they can put their best foot forward. So think like that for a little while we're talking about this. You're the product, not the customer. All right. Make sure you give good, accurate information. This category, the first thing you're going to have to fill in is a category. You notice as it's typing, it's creating a drop-down list. These are predefined categories. You cannot change these. If your specific thing is not listed, pick something close. All right. Just get something that's similar to what you do. I'll show you where you can be more granular and specific later. Also, you can have 10 categories listed. That expands the net for the search algorithm to find you. Okay. It gives you more visibility in front of more people as they're searching for things. So anything that's close to what you do, choose that category. The only one that shows on your listing is the first one that you choose. So we are a computer repair company with my computer company, and that's what shows up. But we have electronics repair, Mac repair, PC repair, all kinds of other in-home technology, all the other ones that we could possibly have. So do you want people to show up at your front door? This is where you can choose to either have that pin on the map and have your address displayed or not. So yes, if you want, no, if you don't. And then the next thing is your address. And if you don't have people come to your door, you can just put in a service area. So you can put in what we normally do is the county and the counties that the county you're in and the counties that touch your county. Now, I don't want to go any further than about 50 miles, 25 each way. So that gives us a good coverage. Here's one of the keys that you need to write down or at least remember. Don't just say the whole United States. Don't just say worldwide. This is a local search product. So while Greg did have worldwide and Canada and the United States listed for his, he was getting zero activity because he'd watered down his base of operations. He was getting put in front of every other electronic, what am I saying? Every other marketing and business company that was out there, digital marketing and business company. Bring it in a little bit and make yourself a little more focused for this particular platform. You don't want to go more than maybe 500 miles outside of your area because you're just going to water yourself down with too many other competitors. Okay. Now your contact information, obviously this has to be correct. If you don't have a website, I'll show you at the end where Google has a really cool free landing page that you get that changes dynamically based on the information that's in this Google business profile. Okay. You have to verify your connection to the business. So what they're going to do is they're going to send you a postcard. Now, if your phone number has been used on the internet for years and Google can connect you somehow to that phone number, one of the options you'll get to verify is a text or a call. If not, then you're going to have to get a postcard sent. They will send it out to you within 5 days. You can put who you want it sent to, but this won't put your address online. It's just for them to verify that you're a real business. They don't want a bunch of bots just creating a bunch of fake businesses. Okay. So here's the little sign. It's coming. Now you can start adding your services. These are, again, those predetermined services. And then down here, you can add a custom service. That's where you can get more specific with what you do. I'll show you a little bit more of that later. Description of your business. You can usually copy and paste this right from your social media or right from your website, right? Just copy and paste it over. You get 750 characters. Feel free to have fun. Photos are critical, even if you don't feel like they are. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. Profile's almost ready. And now this is your landing page for the profile. Now, believe me, I get it. We have so freaking many new landing pages, interfaces. Be connected. I spent a week setting it up. I just got it done this morning, and it's just so many new things we have to do. So if this is just overwhelming, just make an appointment with me and let's have a one-to-one, and I'll discuss it with you and get you more focused. There's a lot of info here. You only need to know a certain few things to make it work for your business and make it very valuable. So don't get overwhelmed by the amount of stuff. Okay. But this is the landing page, the main page. Most of what you're going to do is write down this left-hand side, these different categories on the left-hand side. Okay. You see your business listed, the address, ready to go. How do you do that? This info tab is huge. That's where you're going to spend the next 5 or 6 days until that verification card comes, because that's where you're going to give all the specific details about your business. All right. You go in there. This is another thing. Once you're logged in with that Gmail address, if you're on Google Chrome and you are logged into that same account, when you see he searched Vince's Village Cobbler, you can do updates to your business page right there on the search page. It's kind of a cool way to do it, but I don't do it a whole lot. It just kind of confuses me when I search for my business. I'm like, why is my Google business interface here? So, but you don't have to do it there. You log into business.google.com. So here we're going to walk through it. These are a couple folks that have a cleaners that got shut down during COVID. So they did laundry instead of being a coin laundry. They started doing laundry for people and giving them special hours to pick it up. So here you go. Your business name should be your real name. Primary category best describes and up to 9 additional. We talked about that. Then your location. Obviously, you want to make sure that you have your location if you're a brick and mortar. If you're not, you can put in the service area, like I said, using the area, the counties around you. Another number, if you are available at certain hours, be specific about it here. One of the things Google doesn't like is if somebody leaves a really nasty review and says you weren't open when you said you were. Make sure you're accurate. Don't get struck by the Google bad guys for not giving accurate information, okay? More hours are just things like, like they say, delivery, takeout, pickup, senior hours, so forth. The short name is a way to get people here to your Google business page quickly. However, we don't use it because I'm going to show you a secret when we get to the end here of a way to maximize your potential of this whole process to get more activity on your website. Okay. So don't worry about that. Phone number needs to be right. Website, like I said, if you don't have one, they'll make it for you. And this is all on the info. See, we're still on the info category here on the left. Attributes, obviously mine says veteran. Vanessa could say Black owned, women led. You could get both of them. So, you can have I guess people just want to know this stuff, right? I don't even think there's a color. I think everybody's green. It's just some of us are darker green. Some of us are lighter green. That's all. But that whole thing just confuses the heck out of me. I'm a Marine. There's no colors. And then attributes, again, you saw them. Your description, again, I said it can come right from your website. Be specific, be clear. This is some of where Google gets the keywords to put in front of people when they're searching. So, if you have some keywords that make people come, and here's something else that is one of the notes you might want to make. Describe your business in a way that the person looking for you might look for you. So like Adam might say, confused about Bitcoin or want to know more about Bitcoin. We do X, right? So that this is giving people, what are they going to search for? How do you invest Bitcoin, right? Those are things people might search for. And these are ways you want to describe your business. And that's for any of your business descriptions anywhere, folks. That's just 35 years of marketing experience I have. Use the words that somebody who has the pain point that you're searching for would use to find you. Don't get all technical because you know your business, all right? Opening date, nobody's going to check this. The older you are, the more reputation points you have with the algorithm. So always, 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 as far back as you can remember, thinking about the business, put that here. And then a link. If you have a Calendly, we put Greg's link to his 15 minutes brainstorming session. We put that there. People can get to it right from your Google business profile. And then here, if you have a booking tab, I guess like massage parlors, hairdressers, nail places, they have bookings and interfaces people right to their calendar to get the appointment set. Okay, posts. Now we're off the info tab. Now we're on to posts. This is another critical one. And this is a point to write down. I post every day on Google My Business. I put it on my Google Calendar as a reminder before my business opens every morning. So at 7 a.m., my calendar says, hey, post on Google My Business. This lets the algorithm know you're active. It will drive more people to you. That is keyword. I don't want to say it 3 more times, but I will say post every day on Google, post every day on Google, use Google Calendar to remind yourself, okay? This is not a social media post. It is for an algorithm. Great day today, period. Put a picture if you want. Don't put a picture if you want. You can put a button to where you want them to go to call you or to go to your website. But it doesn't have to be anything thought out. Make it simple, make it quick, and do it every day. Let the algorithm know you're there. All right. COVID-19 post. Even if you're not dealing with anything to do with COVID-19, even if you're completely virtual, do a COVID-19 post. It tells Google you care about their customers. You're giving them all the information they need to make good decisions about where they're going to go. Do the post. I don't care if you have any, if you're virtual or whatever, it doesn't matter. Now, the different types of posts, there's what's new, product offer. All of these to the left of what's new or to the right of what's new require you to give more detail. But you notice the what's new, he just typed something. That's the one you're going to do every day. I think it's called update too. You can just an update. Just do something quick and easy. Don't have to put in a picture and an event and the time and prices. The update, what's new, is the simplest one. Do it every day. And here you got photos. And I said I was going to talk about photos. I don't have any idea why 20,000 people a week look at my photos, but it makes the algorithm think I'm interesting, right? They don't have to be Instagram quality. They don't have, and they'll say in this thing, they should be good looking photos. It doesn't matter. Take any pictures, anything. Take a picture of your dog. Take a picture of your cat. Take a picture of the front of your house. It doesn't matter. A sunset, a tree. People are going to come and look at them. And the more photo views, the more Google thinks you're interesting, the higher they put you in the search results. It's just a simple thing to deal with an algorithm. Use a ton of photos. I don't know why, but it works. And again, they're going to talk about well-focused, well-lit. Yeah, that's all great. Put photos. People look at, we're visual. People are going to look at photos. Products. Here's where you can get real granular with what you do. You can put in specific things that you do, specific products that you sell, even if they're just electronic online things, right? Adam could do 15-minute crypto discussion, no charge, and then give a description of what that means. That's giving Google more ammunition to send people to Adam. Betty could say, hey, if you want to get on the radio, we do a 15-minute discovery call with this, that, or whatever, and you can just do. So you see what I'm saying? You can be more granular with your products and services. Use it. Put stuff there. Even if it makes sense to you, give Google what it needs to put people in front of you, right? And if you don't see the service, create your own. No price heel repair, right? Whatever you want to do. Now, here's that website I was telling you. When you're all said and done, Google has a website tab here on the left. You can click on that, see what it's like. It's very limited. It's just a landing page, folks, and it's completely free. But the beauty of it is when you do a post, it updates the website. When somebody leaves a review, it updates the website. It's unbelievable. It's great. It costs you nothing, but it doesn't get a .com. See right here at the top where my I guess I could use a little laser pointer here. Right here where it says .business.site. So that's what it gives you for free, but you can buy, see it says right below, buy the .com. So you can connect a domain very easily. You don't have to pay any hosting. You don't have to pay anything. It's $12 a year from Google for the domain if you want a .com. Note for that, privacy is key when you register a domain with the internet. You will get 500 calls and emails from every website designer from here to India if you don't make your information private when you register a domain name. For that $12, privacy is included. So just FYI, you won't get a ton of calls, okay? Your reviews. Reviews are huge. We live and die by reviews. And this is where you can go and post answers to the reviews and read the reviews that were left for you already. And I'm going to tell you a great way to get reviews easily. This is where they say to use that short name. Don't look at that. We'll skip that one. Messaging. If you want to be able to respond quickly to your customers, they have this messaging feature. On mobile, people will be able to hit messaging and you can pre-populate the answer. So an autoresponder, and then when they text back, You can put in what phone number you want that to go to. All right. So I'm almost out of time. I want to make sure I get through this. If you want somebody else to help you, there's a users tab. You can add somebody to it. You invite them, they accept, they can help you. Insights are awesome. It's a little basic analytics that you can see how it's working, how people are finding you, what they're doing when they do find you. And then, here's what the analytics, the insights tab are. The customer actions, we've had over 500 customer actions in the last 3 months. That's like unbelievable for a free platform, right? People calling, coming to the website, asking for directions. So here's the steps we outlined, what you need to do: claim it or complete it, request a postcard, fill out and update your information. That's it. It's not real difficult, and I will be glad to talk to any of you and make that happen. Do your updating your business info, adding details and photos, and exploring the analytics insights to figure out, what's happening and how it's working. And then this is just a bunch more stuff that talks about how to make that happen. Now, I do want to just real quickly go over our page because I want you guys to see this. I own a company called I Love My Geek. Okay. So I'm going to go back one more time, like 2 more minutes, and share this. I want you guys to get this. It makes total sense for the algorithm. Our website is nothing. It's basic as basic can be. One thing I want to show you is, you see this question, you see this answer. This increases website traffic 300%, people. Come up with a simple question. The pain that the person doesn't have, or that they have that they don't want. Needing an update or upgrade, or do you need a new computer? That's the pain. They don't know what to do. The answer: we're a local trusted resource to give you clear, honest information. And how to get a hold of us: phone number, right? Do this to your website for your particular thing, because doing that will increase your website response 300%. But when somebody says, hey, thanks for taking care of this for me, or I appreciate what you've done, you're going to have a button on your website that says review us on Google. This is paramount. I can't tell you enough. When you send somebody to your website, Google says, oh, a visitor to the website. If they hit the back button, leave, that's called a bounce. And having a 60%, 70% bounce rate is normal. But when they go to the website and they complete the visit by, I don't know, clicking a button, and if that button opens up the box for them to leave the review so they don't have to go looking around for it, you're going to get a lot of reviews. And Google's going to be real happy because you had a completed website visit. So you can send them to the Google page and say, hunt around for the write a review button. Or you can go to the write a review button and then grab this information, this thing up here that I just highlighted in blue, this whole thing here, grab that. And when you create that button on your website that I just showed you, you use that link that I just showed you on that other page. This link is what drives this button. So when they click the button, it automatically opens the leave a review box. Okay. We get almost 90% of the reviews we ask for. And you just send them a text to your website. So when you get done with somebody, you text them, hey, would you mind leaving me a review? Scroll down a little, the button's on the right hand or left hand side. We did this. And then they know exactly who you are, exactly what you were asking for. And it's simple to leave the review. Like I'm going to text every one of you when we get done. You should all go to ilovemygeek.com, click the review button and say, Robin taught us about Google My Business. That would be very helpful for me. And I would be very grateful for you doing that. And that would be all I would ask as payment for teaching you all this cool stuff. So that's it. That's pretty much the whole wrap up. Everything you could need to know about Google My Business in 26 minutes. And again, Greg can probably help you. I'll be glad to help you. And I'm going to drop my information in the chat box right away. So you can ask me for this slide deck or get a hold of me and make an appointment. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate you.